All right, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. My name is Tony Reiner, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking to y'all about what I'm doing financially, what I'm trying to invest in right now, businesses I'm trying to start, and kind of my whole strategy with money right now. So, as everybody knows, right now it's kind of a tough time for anybody in the stock market, real estate world, because we really don't know what's going on. A lot of us don't really um, have a clue where things are going to go from here, myself included. It's impossible to predict the future and where everything's going to go. One of the things is I'm pretty cynical about the dollar itself. I don't think the dollar is going to hold value for very much longer. In all honesty, I think the dollar will still be around. I just think it's going to go kind of how the British pound is, where it's really not worth what it used to. Which I mean, it really hasn't been worth what it was used to for a while now here in the U.S. Because back in the day, in the 1970s, or prior to the 1970s, the U.S. dollar was backed by gold, and it is the reserve currency of the world. But the value of the dollar has decreased steadily, and really it started with Richard Nixon. He took us off the gold standard, and we just started turning on those money printers, and it's just gone pretty crazy how inflation has gone, even in my lifetime, which I wasn't even. I mean, I was born in 1998, and I've seen it. I saw the bubble burst in 2008. I was still pretty young, but I remember being pretty aware of it and seeing the stress that my parents had working for the government. And yeah, I wouldn't want to go through that again because they were living paycheck to paycheck and really didn't have any sort of backup plan. And really, since I've grown up, I've realized, okay, I need to have some other way to make income or some way to hedge my bets if things do go wrong. I am not saying that it necessarily will, but I always want to prepare for the worst case scenario. So I tend to spread out my income so it's not only coming from my W 2. So I work a W 2 in the software sales role, make pretty good money there, and pays for most of my lifestyle. Commission I use to just throw into savings right now because I'm trying to buy a laundromat at the moment, and then I have some vending machines. I do that on the side a little bit as well. Kind of buy those and then flip them, or I'll get a location, put some machines in, and then flip it. Maybe stock it up for a little bit, get some revenue there. But I just make more money off of flipping them, and that gives me some quick cash that I can deploy elsewhere. So I've been doing that, and then probably this year I'm going to get another route just to have for fun, and I can maybe show y'all what that looks like as far as it being a lucrative side hustle and my opinions on it. And then I also own some silver and then some gold. I like to have those just as a store of wealth as well. And then beyond that, I have some stocks. I have a 401k through work that I get a 6% match on. And then I have a Roth IRA, which I don't really play with too much right now. I'm kind of on the sidelines when it comes to the stock market because I think it's super overvalued. I'm going to start investing in gold stocks and silver stocks too, though. And then I have, like I mentioned, I have some in savings right now because I'm trying to buy a laundromat. So that's really where most of my money's going towards, including my commission and all that. And then I have emergency savings just in case anything goes wrong, and just a little bit of cash just in case. And I like to keep it pretty automated. I don't want to think about money too much. I love money, but there's just like I don't want to move money all the time to try to get 1% savings or 1% higher interest on my savings. It's just I'd rather have it pretty automated, and so I have a system going where through my employer we automatically can send money into different buckets or different bank accounts. So I have a good amount of bank accounts. I have, I think, 4 or 5 that I use, not including business bank accounts. And so I have money funnel into each account, and they each have a specific purpose. One account that is just for my truck that I'll pay for my truck out of. I have one that's for all my recurring expenses like rent, student loans, all of that. Never touch that account. I don't even have access to that debit card. It's locked away somewhere. I have no clue where it is. And that's all intentional. And then I have savings, high yield savings, and then I have a separate account for my emergency fund that I can't access easily, and then I also have business bank account and and then Roth IRA brokerage account, and then the account that gets the remainder of the money that doesn't go into all those buckets is my guilt-free spending. I can just use that for whatever I want. Usually Amazon and groceries sometimes go into that, or eating out, stuff like that. And it's really not that much money that's left over. It's like maybe $200 every paycheck, but pretty much all my money goes elsewhere. And I try to keep it like that just so I don't spend too much money, because if it's in my account, I'm gonna buy stuff on Amazon, and I just know that's how I am. Like, I just bought a new bed frame, new bed, new couch. All of it costs a lot of money, so really need to not have that money in my account. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Now, for the future, what I'm trying to do is, I want asset prices to go down. I think everybody does, so that I can buy in and kind of ride that wave up. Obviously, I would love to get a house soon and house hack, but it's just super overvalued here in Texas right now. So I'm waiting on the sideline for that. But right now, I'm really trying to buy a laundromat. But I will say it's hard to find, at least where I am in my market, because it's super, super saturated. And laundromat owners are making good money here, so they don't really want to sell. So I'm just having to get crafty with that. And then, the vending machine stuff is honestly where I found the most success. It's easy to get into, doesn't require a lot of capital. So I like, if I can't find a laundromat in the next couple months, I might use some of that money to go towards vending machines and just do that. And then, if the laundromat opens up, I can buy one and kind of keep doing both at the same time. So that's really my plan right now. I really recommend getting some sort of side hustle. It could be anything. I personally don't want to have one where I'm working another job, because that gets a little taxing. I do have a gig that's a 1099 that I do, kind of TSA security stuff, but I really don't do that, honestly, because I don't think it pays well enough. I'd rather do the vending stuff and make money through that, because you get more returns in that area. So, anything you can find that's in that realm that you kind of work for yourself is kind of the move. And then ultimately something that you can maybe scale up and hire an employee, and you can just keep the business going and grow it. That's my goal, is to ultimately get an employee to go stock it up, so I'm not trading my time. Then I get a laundromat, and kind of same thing. It's pretty passive, get employees in, and then I can just continue to build on that and kind of build my empire and my money tree. That's kind of the goal. But yeah, curious what y'all are doing right now. I know it's tough out there right now to invest, but just curious to hear other ideas, maybe ways to improve. Anything that y'all can let me know about in the comments below. But thank y'all for tuning in today's video. Let me know what y'all would like to see in the next one. I'll probably talk a little bit more about some side hustles that I would do if I were to go back to, who I was when I first graduated from school, or in college, stuff like that. So I'll try to make one of those videos coming up. But thank y'all for tuning in. I'll catch y'all next week.